everyone. Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, hi, my name is Shakira. I know I've been MIA, and today is my first official video in 2022. And I just wanted to come on here and give you guys a life update and like do my makeup as I get ready to leave. As you guys can see, this is the finished product of what the makeup looks like. You guys will see of how the journey began and all the things that took place in the time that I was absent. It's a lot. We go through ups and downs and everything. But if you guys want to just continue the video, and I will catch you guys all in my other videos. Oh my God, I'm back. Hi guys, hi. I am so excited for this. It's gonna take me some getting used to, but I am back to making videos again. I'm very excited. So bear with me as we go through the bumps in this. Bear with me as we go through some bumps in this video. We're kind of working out the kinks here, man. It's gonna take me a minute to get back into the swing of things. But hi guys, I just wanted to say thank you as I start doing my makeup. But I just wanted to say thank you to all the people that have subscribed to my channel, okay? Through my hiatus of me not posting for a while. Like it was a while, okay? A long while. But I just wanted to say I thank you guys for subscribing and like supporting me and everything, because it doesn't go unnoticed, okay? I just wanted to say that. Just wanted to put that out there before I started to get into this video, because this video is going to be the video is going to be a lot. Oh, let's go ahead and get into this video. How are you guys doing? Hi, I know I ghosted you, but like, how are you? I am hanging in there. Okay, right now I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. Let me explain to you guys what I'm talking about. Let's go back to 2021, where I have went missing. I stopped filming. As you all can tell, I stopped filming. I was on a good roll for about 5 months, I believe. And then I had this whole plan for videos to post, but I was trying to do a lot of things at one time. Around this time of me being consistent, and then I had multiple ideas for YouTube videos, and I tried to execute it on one day. And it turns out that the same things that I was doing 3 years ago was not working for me anymore. So I kind of got frustrated, and initially I like gave up, because I was like going through it and everything, like going through like making videos. And you know, during this time I didn't have school, but school was, you know, approaching around the corner, and I was like making videos and everything. And then when I came to the time for me to edit them, they weren't making sense. Okay, they really weren't making any type of sense to me. I'm like, what? It wasn't working for me anymore, because like in the past, because I've been doing YouTube, technically I've been doing YouTube for 4 years, and I have just, you know, just picked up the camera and just pointed and shot, and, you know, didn't have like any type of like direction of where the heck I was going. It wasn't working in this situation, but I didn't know that at the time. Okay, so during that time I kind of like stepped back from creating videos, and there was a new semester coming up. Plus I had a trip that I was planning for, and I had to like put that, you know, at the forefront now that it was coming up. And I stopped creating. I stopped doing things. I didn't know what was happening, so I just stopped. I had like no motivation to continue because I didn't want to. But I will say, during the time not having like motivation to edit the videos that I already had, I did film like during the process. So if you guys saw, I had a video of my like, what was it, last minute trip plan. I'll just link it over here because I can't really remember what it was. And then I also tried to film when I went to Atlanta, because I was like, this is gonna be a good video and everything. And yeah, I just didn't edit them. I didn't edit them till the very last minute, because I had this whole plan before I went to the trip to like get my schoolwork done and everything. And I was like, okay, this semester is gonna be very easy because I got all easy classes, so I thought. And then I went to the trip and came back, and my schoolwork started to fall behind. So I'm like, oh my God, so I have to like stop doing YouTube things altogether. Like no filming, no editing, no nothing. I didn't do any because I didn't have time to. And I had to like focus on school. So I took the time that I had from YouTube that I was like, you know, not doing anything, to focus that on school. And I got caught up in school, and I was like, okay, this is good enough. You know, I'm caught up in school. everything's good. But then I didn't want to go back to editing my video because I didn't want to deal with the problems that I had. You know, honestly, it was making excuses. I didn't want to deal with the, you know, trying to figure out how to edit a video and make it make sense for people that are watching it. Because to me, it didn't even make sense because I was trying to edit and I'm like, this is not making any type of sense. I didn't know what to do. So I stopped altogether. Like I of course thought of it, but like it wasn't, oh yeah, let's go ahead and do that. You know, I was of course thinking of ideas and everything, but like, no, I didn't want to do anything. So I used the time that I could have figured out what was wrong with my videos. I used that time very unproductively and I went on social media. So I put all my energy and, you know, the time that I had to basically do nothing, procrastinate. In other words, to basically procrastinate. So during this time of my procrastination, when I was trying to fill a void of, you know, feeling creative and productive, quote unquote. But that wasn't productive. That wasn't productivity at all. I had to like fill up my time with something else to make it seem like I was doing something when in reality I was not. I wasn't, you know, dealing with the core issue of the situation. So with the whole, you know, going on social media, worrying about other people, putting everybody else first before myself, actually like trying to figure out the problem because I was trying to avoid it at all costs. Like I really didn't want to, you know, quote unquote deal with it during that time. So I was like, you know, feeling sorry for myself. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't do this, you know, all that self-doubt and everything. So this happened for months. This went on for a really, ooh, look at that foundation match. It went on for a while, okay? Don't get me wrong. I didn't completely neglect myself, okay? So I started back going to the gym. I think it was October. I started going back to the gym on like around the 18th. honestly, me going back to the gym and everything, because I have an on and off relationship with the gym. Oh, that was way too much foundation on the top. I have an on and off relationship with the gym. Had an on and off relationship with the gym. So that only lasted, me going to the gym and like, you know, I try to be better for myself and everything in regards to, you know, my life, my day-to-day life besides outside of YouTube. That only lasted for about a good 6 days. I'm sad to say, but like I had like all the intention, like the good intention and everything to continue to go, but I didn't know what was, how do I say, I didn't know what was my motivation. I don't really want to use that word motivation. I didn't really know what my purpose of, you know, going to the gym and everything. And I was just like, okay, I'm just going to the gym. Like, I'm working out, okay? Like, but why am I working out? How do I continue this? You know, I didn't know. Bottom line, I didn't know my reason why I wanted to go to the gym. Like, it was in the moment of like the 6 days, I will say that I was feeling better, like about myself. Like I was actually doing something, you know, getting out the bed, not, you know, worried about other people and comparing myself to people. And I was just like, okay. So that was good. And then it stopped. And then I reverted back to my old habits. Throughout the time of, you know, the whole, you know, going to the gym and trying to find myself and everything, open myself up about everything, I did venture out and do that. Like, I put myself in uncomfortable situations that I'm like, oh my God, I'm so scared to do. But in reality, it was just, you know, inside of my head. So I did go to this one event that I found off of Instagram. It was like a thing where you meet like other creators and photographers, you know, just like Black people in the community. So where else does this go? I think, I can't remember. And so I went. I was very scared, so I got dressed and everything, and I went to this event. I didn't know nobody. Okay, it was very, how should I say? Oh yeah, I forgot to do the side. That's what I feel like it was. It was very nerve-wracking for me. I live in Boston area, so I went to Rhode Island for this event. It took me an hour and something to drive there. Okay, and then when I got there, I was so scared. I was like, oh my God, I don't know anybody. But you know, I went ahead and went in there, and they were pretty chill people. I was very surprised. Like, I was very surprised of how the evening went or the event went, because I would say I'm awkward in uncomfortable situations. Like, I don't talk to people unless I know them, which was very, very, how should I say? I was in a situation to where I put myself in where I didn't know anybody because I wanted to get out, like, you know, out of my shell, you know, dibble dabble in different things that I've always wanted to do. It's very interesting for myself. Like, I went there, I was still scared, and it was fine. Nothing happened to me. I was perfectly okay. Oh, I forgot to say, the event, this is like all types of backwards, but the event was like a brown on brown, just like, you know, brown. So I wore this like whole pantsuit that I got off of Fashion Nova. I ended up returning it because I was like, this is not it. And the crotch area was a little too saggy for me. So I'm like adventuring into like new different styles and stuff. Ma'am, what's your name? Chitchat. You look like Chitchat. You look like the WNBA girls when they come out fly. That's like a whole other topic. Me and styled and finding who I am and figuring out who I am is like a whole situation. I did get a little motivation when I was there at the event, because there were people there that they had YouTube channels and they were like, you know, black and like me, and I was like, oh my god, there's people that are like me. But you couldn't see that in that moment when I was there. You couldn't see that I was excited. But just a little bit. I just want to load it just to say. Let me get this thing out really quick. I'm not trying to cut nothing, crease nobody nowhere. I'm trying to minimize caressing, okay? But give me a little bit of, you know, like, yes, I can do this, like the path that I'm going on, that I tried to, you know, that I've been dabbling in, that I could do it. But, you know, that wasn't the, you know, light bulb of the situation of like, yes, I could do it. You know, it was just a little, you know, just a little step up there. It really wasn't like, oh my God, yes, this happened, now I'm going to do it. It was like, oh my God, yes. Go back to old ways. And then eventually it did happen. Anyhow, after that whole situation, after the event, you know, and I had the realization like, oh, I can actually do this, you know, everybody else is doing it and everything. I'm not alone. I still went back into doing the same old things that I have been doing. And it came to 2 defining points, and I'm just like, okay, why is this happening to me? Because when it came down to actually doing something for myself that I wanted to do for like years, I missed it. Okay, and I was so upset. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what is happening? Like, why am I missing things because I was too busy focused on everybody else? But I'm just like, I didn't know that at the time, but now I had the realization. And I'm just like, what the fuck, man? You guys are probably wondering, like, what the heck did she miss that was so detrimental? I missed a Harry Styles concert. I said it. Yes, I missed a Harry Styles concert. You probably like, what the fuck? Why is she over here? Like, no. It's a very big deal for me, okay? Not for the fact that, you know, I got the tickets in 2019 and then the concert was in 2021, you know, because of the whole panorama situation. Harry Styles' music has helped me, okay? Like, I know that's like a lot to say, but like, there's a whole story. I wrote it down over here. Let me just go ahead and grab it really quick. So right after high school, this is like, I'm bringing it back to 2016. So right after high school, of course, I moved in my junior year, in the middle of my junior year, to a different state. So when I graduated from a different college, when I graduated from a different high school in a place that I didn't know, I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. Like, I had my whole life and everything like planned, and like, oh, I was gonna do this and this and this, and then we moved, and I'm like, okay, that's not gonna work. So I had to readjust, but I didn't know what I was gonna readjust to. Like, I had these multiple things, you know. I didn't have money and all of that, and I was like, okay. So right after graduation, I went into, I would say, a depression, or some type of, I wouldn't say a depression, but I was really down. Like, I was like, what, 17? I was really down on myself. Like, I was comparing myself to everybody else. Like, everybody else is going to college, and I'm just here, and we move, and I don't know anybody, and I'm just like, oh my God. And then I ended up in the closet, like figuratively and physically in the closet in the new house that we moved to for 8 months. I wasn't doing anything for that 8 months. I mean, I looked up jobs here and there. No one was hiring me. I was just, you know, went to sleep at early o'clock in the morning, stayed awake, you know, all day, all night, binge watched TV shows. You know, my parents came in there and was telling me every day when they went to go to work, but you need to get up, find a job, you need to do something. And I didn't have no desire to. Like, I was like, you know, this is it for me, you know. I'm like, okay. So after the 8 months, we moved from that house to a different house, and I will say, like, in another house that we moved into, so honestly, I moved, like, I can't remember how many times. It's too much to count. I started to, like, okay, my mom came home one day and was like, when we were living in the house where I was in a closet for 8 months, she came to me, like, on my closet door. I was just like, you know, and she's like, you know, I talked to a coworker, and she said something about how she needed some hours of hands-on, and how she can, you know, go to school for like 6 weeks and come out making a decent amount of money. And I'm like, okay. So I looked into it, and I was like, okay, I could do that. And then, long story short, I ended up in medical assisting school. So when we moved to the new house, when I was outside of the closet, physically out of the closet, not like, you know, sexually out of the closet yet, I basically ended up going to finding a medical assisting school. So in the house that we moved to, I started a new school. I got a job in my family situation, because my family has a lot of problems. I mean, like, everybody's family has problems, but like, I was going through some problems. And so that stuff was kind of like settling out there a little bit. And then around that time, I would say, what was it, 2017, July, around that time, Hairstylist song came out, you know, The Sign of the Times. I don't know if you guys seen it, but I was listening to that song. I was like, okay. So the song kind of basically was like, I refuse to live in fear, because, you know, it could end at any moment. And I was like, okay. And I had that little inkling of, okay, this could be the end for me. Like, this is not what I wanted to do the things that I always wanted to do, but I was too scared to do it. And because, you know, the situation I was in, I had like, you know, motivation to like, yes, I'm going to do the things that I want to do, because, you know, I could die at any moment. And I started taking, you know, pictures. I really wanted to do YouTube, but I wasn't in the atmosphere to do YouTube. So I started taking pictures for Instagram and everything, or like just taking pictures in general. And as I was starting taking pictures for Instagram, I didn't post them, but like, I'll put them up on here so you guys can see it. When I was young, man. I was so young. And then I never ended up posting them, but I was like, oh yeah, this is what I'm doing. And then we moved again, and we moved to a different state, which is here in Massachusetts, to the last house that we came out of. Not the one that I'm currently sitting in, but the one before this one. Yeah, that happened. I was like, okay. So then I was in a position, I had my own room. I was like, yes, this is it. I was like, yes, I'm gonna start doing it. Then the song came on again, or like I started getting into more hairstyles and stuff. And then The Sign of the Times came on. You know, it was around the era of when I started my YouTube channel. December 2018 is when I started actually like doing my, oh my God, I started doing like my YouTube channel, and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna do makeup and everything, you know. I really wasn't, you know, comparing myself to everybody. I was like, I'm gonna do it because I can do it. I have the opportunity to do it, so I'm gonna do it. And I started the video. I will say that the first video that I did record, it was in 2018. I was gonna post it in 2018. But the way I filmed the video was weird and everything. Like, oh God, I was just looking back at that stuff yesterday when I was writing down all my thoughts for this video. And I was like, I can't believe, like, look at me. I'm so young. I'm just, you know, just look a little me. I'm like, oh my God. But I didn't actually post my first video till 2019. And then in 2019, I can't remember when it was, I purchased, well, my sister was like, hey, Harry Styles is having a concert. You should like get tickets. I was like, oh my God, I should. So then my sister actually ended up giving me tickets to the concert. And I was like, okay. And of course I paid her back. But the concert wasn't in 2020. But as you guys know, later in the year of 2019, you know, the panorama happened. So then it got pushed to 2021. Yeah, I think. It got pushed to 2021, and I ended up missing it because I was focused on everybody else. I was so mad. Like, now that I listen to his music, I'm very, how should I say, sad. Like, I'm getting sad, like, thinking about this, Lord. I'm like very sad listening to his music because I tried to, you know, catch the concert, but there was like no parking, everything, you know, it was in flicking Boston. I tried to get in there, but it turns out that I couldn't, and I thought he was having another show, me thinking he was having another show with like a week later. I'm like, what the heck? Like, where did that come from? Like, the show did reschedule like multiple times, but me, if I was like worried about myself, I'd be like, you know what, let me check this, because, you know, I've been waiting for this for years at this point, and I didn't. So yeah, but now every time I listen to his music, I have this emotion of sadness, because when I was on my way home and I was like realizing that I couldn't go to the concert, his music was playing on the radio, and I was like, so now like I listen to his music, and his music is associated to the time that I felt when I missed his concert, not to the time when I like started my YouTube channel and that whole entire situation of what I was going through during that era in my life. So yeah, I kind of like, you know, uncondition myself and just like listen to his music when I'm happy, and like hopefully push it to the back burner. But yeah, me missing a Harry Styles concert was just very, I was like, okay, he's gonna have another one. He's gonna have another one, right? But during the time that, you know, I was missing the things that I wanted to do for myself, I clearly didn't learn my lesson. And, you know, I believe in God. God was trying to, God, universe, whatever you want to call it, was trying to like show me something, but I didn't freaking understand it. And I was like, okay, why is this happening? But you know, I didn't learn my lesson because I didn't know what the lesson was during the time. And I learned my lesson. Let's just say that. I learned my lesson to put myself first. And I learned it on a specific day, December 3rd. And I remember that day very specifically because that's the day that I got this text message. Like, it was a close person in my life, and I was like, what is this person talking about? Like, I've been there for them. I was emotionally available. Like, I was giving you, like, me. Like, I was giving you all my emotion, my time. And then they said that to me, and I was just like, I'm like, huh? Like, I was there for you on the ups, downs, you know, trials and tribulations. And I was angry. Like, I'm like, just do they not see, like, what I'm doing? I did, like, you know, stop talking to people. I was very focused on myself. So that was around, what was that? That was like December 3rd, yes. And then I, you know, trickled back to in the time of during my, like, you know, 5 months of not doing anything, procrastinating. And I went back to those moments of when I felt good about myself. So that was during the time when I was going to the gym, you know, putting myself first, doing things I was scared of, that I was actually accomplishing, you know, getting on my fears and everything. So on December, I wrote it down here, December, 19th, 2021, I decided to actually start, like, my fitness journey up again. It's been like 3 years since I've been doing start, stop, because I never knew my reason why. You know, I was supposed to be doing my brows. But during the time of the 5 months, I found my reason why. The whole of December really solidified why I'm doing this. So, oh my God. And I have been going to the gym consistently for like, 3 months now? I did take a little break because I had the Rona. The Rona got to me, man. She's like, ooh. She got to me. I worked out consistently for a good 2 weeks. And then I started getting these headaches. And I was like, why the heck am I getting headaches? And I looked it up and everything. And it turns out I wasn't getting enough sleep because I was like, you know, I did this. I'm actually going to do it right. And then it turned out I wasn't doing it right because I wasn't giving my body, you know, enough sleep. And then I was like, okay, let me take a week off. I took a week off. And then the week after that, when I was supposed to get back to the gym, that's when, you know, the Rona decided to come into this household. So I was out for 3 weeks because, you know, when a family member gets the Rona, the rest of the family has to quarantine. So I was like, okay, quarantine. And then I started to feel a little, you know, it was just like, I think in my mind, it was like somebody else has it. Oh my God, do I have it? I feel a little in my throat. So I went to the doctor, I was negative. But the week after, I wasn't. Like, I started getting sick symptoms and everything. And it turns out that I actually did have COVID after like the third test that I had. So I was out for like 3 weeks, out of the gym, out of work. But during that time, I was still looking at workout videos and everything. And I also decided, like, during that time that I was going to get my stuff together, basically, use that time to research what was happening with my YouTube channel. It came across the reason of why my YouTube videos weren't working the way I wanted them to work, and, you know, also working on myself. Basically, I was having a spiritual awakening, as Nadja likes to call it. I was like reading books and like seeing other YouTubers. Okay, this is one YouTuber that I watch. I don't know if you know her, but it's Untitled. I watched her like during the time when she was like going through her breakup or situation, and she like recommended this book. Hold on. She recommended this book, and like she like read it in one of her sit down things or whatever the freak. But it's basically, let me see if I can find. It's the 4 agreements. Be impeccable with your word. Do not take anything personally. Don't make assumptions, and always do your best. It was like a little snippet section that she read in here. I was just like, oh my God, this is like really speaking to me. I'll link it below if you guys want to check it out. So that was happening. And then I also came across a book recently called Atomic Habits and How to Change Your Habits, you know, 1%. Because I have a lot of anxiety, okay? And I realized that anxiety for me, anxiety for me stems from the unknown of what's going to happen. So I was focusing on things that I could not control. Like, I didn't know what was happening and I couldn't control them. I was like getting a lot of anxiety. I stopped recently. Like, I'm in the process of stopping. Stop worrying about, you know, tomorrow and just like worry about today. Are these brows like done? Because I've been doing them forever. The things that I went through, like through the 5 months, I realized why I went through them now. because during the time it didn't make no sense to me. I'm like, what the heck? Why am I going through this? Like, I didn't understand why I was going through this. This is a really dark color, and now I do, because I was like learning a lesson. The lesson, you know, now I learned the lesson of put myself first before everybody else, set boundaries with other people, and, you know, talk to myself nice, you know, that whole entire situation, be positive and things like that. So that happened. I started doing that, and that brings me to the present time now, today. You know, of course, I started my fitness journey. I did just start back up, what, a couple of weeks ago. I found my reason why to continue to go back to the gym is because it's for myself. There's a whole like list of other things, but I don't want to get into that right now. And then, you know, doing things that I've always wanted to do. That's currently what I'm doing. I'm doing it even though I'm scared. I'm going to do it even though I'm scared. So I am in the process of doing all the things that I wanted to do, that I've been scared to do. What the fuck is that? Doing all the things that I wanted to do and I was too scared to do because, you know, I was comparing myself to others. I really stopped doing that. Like I stopped comparing. It's a slow process. Like, there's some days when I'm like, ooh, stop it. You know, you gotta stop comparing yourself to others. But I have deleted Instagram. That was basically one of my big things where I compare myself to people. And then I put like limits on YouTube of how long I can be on there for, you know, basically take time for myself and, you know, implement things that I want to see, and, you know, get rid of the things that are causing me the feeling of I'm not enough, or I'm not doing enough, or, you know, things like that. But if I do, when I do get Instagram back, because I have some ideas planned, I will be limiting my time of, you know, scrolling and looking at other people. You know, during this whole time of, you know, my spiritual awakening and my, you know, actually doing things that I've always wanted to do, even though I'm scared to do it, I am still doing it. But like, there would come moments in my life where I'm just like, am I doing the right thing? Like, is this right? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? So I grew up in a religious household, and it's never been like my thing, if you know what I mean. Like, I was just doing it because, you know, I was obligated to do it because I live there. But now I just have like the freedom to be myself. So I just, you know, want to make my own connection with God and come to him on my own way of how I see fit, you know. So I had like a moment, there's moments of like loneliness and things that I come to. So I was having like a moment or whatever, and I just, you know, I prayed. Okay, I haven't done that in a while, but I prayed. It was a really deep, intense, oh my God, I'm remembering it was a really deep, intense moment that I was going through. And it happened when I was like in the bathroom in the darkness. It was just one of those moments I was going through. Okay. And I was like, you know, asking for like, is this the right way? Am I supposed to be doing this? Like, is this for me? Like, I'm alone. No one. Oh man. And, you know, I asked for a sign and everything like that. Oh my God. God, for like a sign, like, am I doing the right thing? Like, is this for me? And, you know, thinking nothing about it. And then, you know, I went about my days and weeks and stuff like that. And something happened to me. And I was like, what is happening? So through the whole, you know, oh God, through myself, oh man, I need tissue. So, you know, through my whole moments of self-doubt and everything, I was still continuing to go on and everything. I was like, I'm still going to go on, even though I feel this. I'm still going to continue. And I did continue. And as I was like, you know, making plans and stuff, you know, new YouTube ideas, and, you know, knowing the problem of what was happening with my videos and, you know, getting my life together, you know, school and everything and focusing on that, I started seeing, I would say, a sign or whatever, but I didn't realize what it was until it happened on multiple occasions, like a lot of occasions. Like, it happened over the course of 3 weeks. And I was just like, what the heck is happening? Like, what is this? Where's my eyeliner? So I kept on seeing, I never been one to believe in this, but I believe in it now since it happened to me. But I kept on seeing like the number 444 everywhere. I know some people are just like, yeah, okay, you know, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. But I'm like, no, like it started happening. It was one day in particular that I remember I was like, okay, what the fuck is happening? Because I just came home, I just got out of work, right? And I was headed home. I was getting ready, messing with all my stuff. I was getting ready to leave, and like, you know, in the chaos of me trying to get myself situated to leave, I looked at the time. I'm like, again? Like, it was the number 444 on the timer again. I was just like, what the heck is happening? So in that car, I Googled it, and I'm like, and I'll put what it means on there. And I was just like, when Google read me the definition of that, I started crying. I started bawling my eyes. Man, I started bawling my eyes out, like crying, like, what the heck? Like, what is this? Like this is the sign that I was asking for, but I didn't realize. And once I figured it out, I was like, okay. There was a feeling of, I'm not alone. God's with me, you know, like, I'm, you know, might not be there physically, but, you know, spiritually, like, I'm not alone in this. Because I was having problems with, you know, I'm alone. I'm like, I can do this. I can do this, you know, giving the reassurance that I'm not alone. I'm on the right path that I'm going towards and everything. And I was like, okay, this is right for me. This is not it can't be a coincidence, right? No coincidence. What is this? I don't know what this is. It's like a harsh line here. What the heck is that? With that whole, you know, 444 situation and, you know, me getting a sign. I'll just call it that. Get myself getting a sign. I started to get more into, you know, talking to myself nicely, listening to, you know, motivational speeches and things that's going to like help me to continue going on and, you know, taking time for myself out. And I was like, okay, yes, this is going good. Like, I will say that me sitting here doing one of these videos is one of the things that I was scared to do. I'm not gonna lie, especially because I'm doing makeup. If you guys know, I did start my channel with makeup, and during the time I was like, I like makeup. I really do. Like, makeup I really like it, but I'm not like everybody else who does the, you know, artist things and everything. But I'm like, I come to the realization now that I don't need to be like everybody else. I need to be like myself. I know it's cringy or whatever, but whatever. Like, I'm sitting here facing my fears and seeing where they take me. Because what the hell else am I gonna do? I don't want to sit here and have this feeling of I could be doing something. Like, I know that there's something out here that it's for me. Like, I have said this multiple times. I feel it in my bones. Oh my God. I feel it on my tongue, but I feel it within my bones that I will be great at something. I just don't know what it is. Like, I will be extremely exceptional at it, and I don't know what it is. But I feel as though YouTube or wherever I'm going, well, I'll just say the path that I'm going into feels like the right one. So there's that. So with that being said, moving forward, I am putting on mascara first. I am, like I already stated, doing things that scare me, that I've always wanted to do, because I was scared of, you know, other people's opinion. I'm like, this is my life. My life. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm moving forward. So when it comes to YouTube, I am going to stop trying to be everybody else and, oh, that lash is nice. And I'm sorry, post what I want to post. Post things that I'm like, okay, no one's gonna watch this, but I love doing it. I'm still gonna post it. Like vlogs. I have a lot of vlogs and things that I've done in the past that I didn't post because I was like, no one's gonna watch this, or no one cares, and things like that. So I've come to not care, you know? Like, I'm doing it for me. I said this multiple times. I'm doing this for me. Okay, I'm not necessarily doing it for everybody else. It's kind of like a video diary of what I am doing, what I'm doing in my life at that current time. So when I look back on it, when I get older and see, I'm like, oh my God, look at me, you know, look what I was doing at that time. Because I always loved videos. I always like making videos and looking back at them years later to see what I've been doing, what I sound like, what I was wearing when I was, you know, what was going on and things like that. Like, to the point where I stole my mother's Canon, I think, camera. I stole my mother's Canon camera and like vlogged, or what I thought, and like, not like vlog, but like recorded our moving process. Like when I was like in high school. Like I started like recording things, you know, in like the road trip that we took, that took 4 days, was it 4 days, 5 days, across country to come here, not here, to go to Virginia. And what am I doing? I'm looking for bottom lashes. And I was like recording things, and when we got into that house, I started like, you know, recording just random days, just like recording things because I wanted to. I had this like, you know, desire and, I don't know, amazement with recording videos, and oh, that's a little bit down there. And having other people see them and looking back on them, to the point where then I suggest to my sister, like, hey, Nigel, can we, like, I sent her a note, like, when we were in, like, in Bible class or whatever. I sent her a note, like, we should start a YouTube channel, but she didn't want to do it, so I didn't do it. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to do this without somebody. Then I realized I could do this by myself, because I am somebody, you know? And I think I said all the things that I needed to say. I need to put on highlighter. But yeah, that is where I'm at currently right now in my life. So as for the future, these eyebrows really need to stay in place. I am focusing on right now. Where is my highlighter? But yeah, I'm focusing on today. I'm focusing on the things that I can control. Man, so I'm just gonna go ahead and finish this hair. This hair needs to be done. Oh, my hair is up. I forgot to actually do lips, so I can hurry up and leave. Chestnut, what was it? Chestnut, cork. I think it was coffee. Wasn't it one of these two? Coffee, cork, chestnut? Man, I can't remember. I think it was this one. Is it this one? Yep, this one. If you guys know that I don't really do lip gloss, okay? I don't. But I'm trying to ease my way into it, okay? I'm trying it. It's a consistency thing for me, but I picked up these Ulta Beauty lip oils. This is the, I think it's the pomegranate one. Yeah, this is like the pomegranate color, and then this is like the tangerine one. I'm gonna go with the more pink color that I want to do. It actually smells really nice. It's giving the consistency of a Dab Lasting Drinking Lip Gloss, but well, you know, we're easing ourselves into it. But this is the color that I'm going to use. Get that in there. Look at that. This is the look. This is the get ready with me video that you guys just see. This is the finishing product. I have gotten better, okay? Like, you see it, I see it, we both see it. But this is the final look, and I just wanted to say I thank you guys for watching this video and continuing to support my channel. I really appreciate it. It really doesn't go unnoticed. Like, I remember starting out this whole YouTube channel with 5 subscribers, and now we're like at 100 or something. I don't know. I haven't checked in a while, but I just wanted to say thank you guys. And if you guys liked the video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will catch you guys all in my next one. Bye.